Hi everybody, Matt back with you. Hope you're okay. Today I am on my way to Heptonstall again, looking at a historic murder. Again, it's only a week ago since we were last up in Heptonstall, and I let Tom tell the story, and it's had a real positive response. So do expect over time there will be more Tom videos on this channel, and thank you for your comments and positivity. Before I get to Heptonstall, I'm just kind of where I am here, Eaves area, just to have a look at a chimney. This is just for the first minute or so of this video, and some of you, my subscribers etc, may know the wandering turnip. It's my friend David, and he's done a lot of videos on the chimneys and heritage of this area. And if somehow you haven't found him, 120,000 people have, head out to his channel and have a look. But he's recently come and looked at a chimney here. It's classed as Myther Mill chimney, but in actual fact I don't think it is. I think it's a name it's been given. I don't think it was connected to Myther Mill. It's got a different name. But despite that, this chimney is coming down on Monday. I'm recording this on the Friday. So this could be one of the last looks at the chimney whilst it's still standing. But yeah, basically head over to David's channel, Wandering Turnip, and he does quite an emotional tribute to the chimney. But we're just going to have a little look at it today and say goodbye as well. So it looks like there might be people here working already. It's the chimney just in there. So I may not be able to get any closer. But there it is. So I was wrong, they were just gathering to have a last look at it as well. Yeah, surprisingly there hasn't been more public outcry to its demise. There is a certain mill not far from here, hidden in the woods, that was a ruin. Also got demolished recently, and there was no public outcry to that either, apart from by me. But there you go. Maybe people want to move on from things, but let's leave the chimney behind it. We may trace its demise another time. Yeah, the people there actually thought it was being demolished by dynamite. I doubt it. Okay, Heptonstall. Slight delay again before we get onto Heptonstall. Look at this. This is a flue, and I think Myther Mill was in that area down there, and this is the flue, and it leads to the actual Myther Mill chimney. So if you have to crawl it through there, providing it's open at that side, it may well come out at the mill. Let's just have a quick look whilst we're here, if we can get near. Not easy. There we go. So yeah, I think I said to the mill that the flue would come up here to the chimney. And there it is, above the trees. full of messes. Right, enough of chimneys. Sorry, I'm not usually quite so distracted, but there we go. Chimney. Right, right. No, Heptonstall. See the distractions. And William Clarke and his brother Thomas. William was a stonemason in Hebden Bridge. Not quite sure where, but there were stonemasons, around where the train station is, and also where the marina is today. Possibly worked there. And they'd come up to Heptonstall to a pub called the Dog and Partridge on an August late afternoon after work. They'd gone with his brother, and 4 other women had joined them. The 4 women were called Sally Hollinrake, Sally Clegg, Nellie Fearby and Emily Clarke. There was a lot of heavy drinking for a few hours at the Dog and Partridge, none more so than William Clarke. And after a few hours, Thomas, his brother, made his excuses and left. And William went upstairs in the Dog and Partridge Inn to a room with 3 of the ladies. And according to reports, the description given of what happened at the time was some jollification. Read into that what you will. After a couple of hours, William came downstairs and ate some food. I guess he was hungry after the day's activities. And around 10:30, he once again went upstairs. And what follows I will tell you about once I'm in Heptonstall, because William Clarke was not long for this world, and it's a mystery, a murder mystery maybe, that remains unsolved to this day. If you've never walked up to Heptonstall other than kind of by the main road or by the buttress, I do recommend this one. It's far more picturesque, not just as difficult. It is a bit longer, but it's not as difficult, and it brings you out at this. These are the quite amazing Hellhole rocks. Just down to the right here, see this house here says Furley House. That was the Dog and Partridge. So Clarke had gone back upstairs about 10:30, but by 11:30 there were noises from out here on the cobbles of the street of Towngate, and in the road just here was William Clarke. at this point, Clarke wasn't dead, he was just badly injured. Help came, and so did his brother. Whilst his brother was speaking to him, William said that at one point he thought he'd felt some hands going through his pockets, and then all of a sudden he'd had an almighty punch in the stomach that had knocked him senseless, and he couldn't really remember anything else. He also was apparently said to have said something along the lines of, "Oh Sally, you shouldn't have done that." But which Sally was he talking about? The next morning, William Clarke passed away. So an inquest into William's death took place at the Bull in Hebden Bridge, which is on Bridge Lanes. Again, it's not there anymore. I think the building still is. It was quite a surprise when the decision was taken that this was an open verdict. Potentially, Clarke had committed suicide. But a lot of things didn't quite add up. And there was a lot of anger at that decision, specifically as it was announced, and witnesses at the Bull actually had to be given police protection as they left, because the baying crowd outside was very angry at the decision. And the reason they were angry is because if Clarke had done that, what would have happened? He would have walked from his room, where he was stopping, through a room that was occupied by other people, the landlord's family, climbed some stairs into the attic, walked across the attic itself, and then climbed out of the window and thrown himself off. However, it doesn't quite ring true, does it, for somebody to do that? Especially saying the lines like, "Oh Sally, you shouldn't have done that." It was decided that he had fallen from that attic window because there were marks on the window. But did he fall, or was he pushed? Sally Hollinrake, just a few days later, turned up at the police station, and she had William Clarke's watch, and she handed it in. And she said that William had asked her to look after the watch. Now, whether this was what was being routed through William's pockets for, and is it Sally Hollinrake who he says shouldn't have done that? Unfortunately, there's never been an answer. And only 2 months after this had happened, the Dog and Partridge shut in October 1889. So 135 years on, it seems most unlikely that we will ever find out what truly happened to William Clarke, though we can come up with some fairly logical suggestions. Was it murder? Or did he fall? Was it Sally who caused it? Or was someone else working in that room who may have had a bit more strength to have actually picked up William and thrown him from the window? Possibly the landlord. We'll never know. Or maybe we will. Certainly, it's been a mystery for the last 135 years. So, when we've covered these stories at Heptonstall, let's not forget these murders are a very long time ago, and they're also quite well spread apart. So the one we covered just last week with Tom is about a murder in the church 600 years ago. And let's not forget we've also covered the coiners, which have a big part in Heptonstall, including a horrific murder that took place in the Cross Inn, where burning coals were shoved down somebody's trousers. Other than that, I don't know if there's any more. But do still visit Heptonstall. Don't let any of that put you off. It is a place rich in history and beauty. Okay, take care guys. We will see you for the next video, probably next week. And see you later.